Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Elisabetta, an Italian watercolor artist, and I have a passion for watercolor supplies. Recently I have published a video about a trip I have taken with my husband to the south of England, and in Bristol there was this very fine art store where I bought some tubes of Wallace Seymour. Wallace Seymour is a producer and manufacturer of handmade watercolors using historic pigments, and it is an English brand. And they were so nice to make sure that in this shop in Bristol there was the whole range. So I could pick some tubes with the help of the store owner. Nick George is the name. And I didn't have much time because my husband was waiting outside, just tapping his foot. But I think I have now a nice collection and I'm ready to swatch it for you. I am really, really curious. So here I have my tubes. First of all, let's see how they are like. They are 5 milliliters each. They're quite expensive, but I expect them to be very high quality. Now I will put them in order. Please look at the label, it's so nice, and it's hand painted. Pigment information is not on every single tube because some tubes use natural pigments, mineral pigments, so they don't have a pigment indication. In any case, I'll put them in order and I'll come back for swatching them. Okay, this is buff titanium and PW28 is calcium silicate. I have other buff titanium by A. Gallo or Daniel Smith, but they use PW6, so white, and it is the first time I see this color. It reminds me of a warm grey by Sennelier. It's slightly darker, I think, than the other buff titaniums I have, but it's very nice. I love warm grey by Sennelier, and my first impression is that it was very easy to disperse on water and very agreeable to use. Let's go to quinacridone yellow. Here, quinacridone yellow is here, and this is a mixture of PO48, so quinacridone burnt orange, and PY 150, nickel azo yellow, a very classic formula for quinacridone yellow, but then you know the beauty of the color is not always the same. Wow, this is so pigmented. It's not authentic quinacridone gold, but it's incredibly beautiful. I mean, oh, it's absolutely amazing, and it's so super easy to use. Wow. Must absolutely make a sketch afterwards. Absolutely beautiful. Naples yellow reddish. No pigment indication. This is a color, Naples yellow reddish, that you can use for instance, nudes or skin tone for fair skin. Although I prefer to mix my own. Skin tones, but this is great usually in sky for sunset, and this one glows. I'm impressed. These colors were expensive, but so far I think the money is well spent. I think I'll make an autumn sketch with the sunset because I need to use these warm colors. You know that I have a passion for yellows and earth colors. Then I have quinacridone red gold, which is PO48, quinacridone burnt orange, Unfortunately, a pigment that is out of production. No binder issues actually. After the first one, that was really minimal. Let's see this quinacridone burnt orange. One of my favorite pigments is PO48. So sad it's out of production. Incredibly beautiful, incredibly easy to use. I think I make a palette out of this because it's too beautiful to stay in a drawer. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Look at this burnt orange. Wow. Coral red, no pigment as well. I expect a vermilion. It seems to be a vermilion. I hope that we have the right light so that you can see the beauty of these colors. You can see that it's enough a drop of water and it disperses beautifully, and it's incredibly pigmented. And this red is wonderful. Wonderful. It's wonderful. It's so deep and rich and velvety, saturated, pigmented. It's touching almost. Alizarin crimson, the genuine pigment, PR83. You know, it's fugitive, but many historic pigments are fugitive. This is the true original Lac de Garance, and it's PR83 fugitive, but I think beautiful. And it's a pigment that have been used for years by artists because of its beauty, despite its not perfect light fastness. This has a texture. It's granulating. It's the first granulating color I see. Can you see the granules? Astonishing. Astonishing. It's a cherry red with strong texture. Wonderful. Second row. Now I had to buy Potter's Pink because it's a color that I seriously love. I have quite a few brands. Of course, this calls for a dedicated video. And I would like to have the La Magna Potter's Pink for a comparison as well. This is so beautiful. Some Potter's Pink are so delicate that you can hardly see them, but this is very pigmented, PR 233, like all the Potter's Pink I have. It's already granulating. Well done. Good job, Wallace Seymour. Then a color that I always buy because I like the name. If I find it in a brand, I buy it, and it's Rose Doré Genuine. Natural Madder says on the pigment, and each Rose Doré that I have is completely different from other brands, so I need to make a comparison video as well. The other Rose Doré are also very delicate. This is a bit difficult to re-wet, and wow, it's so delicate that it's almost invisible. Very transparent. I will add some. Very delicate. I think that for clouds, also for sky, this is going to be a nice, very nice. Also for blushing cheeks in portrait, I think. Very delicate. Pinky, peachy, a peachy rose. Very beautiful for botanical. Wonderful for roses. I don't paint many flowers, but I would love to use this, but I see it very well, as I said, in for blushing cheeks. So the next color is Cobalt Violet Deep, PV14, the original pigment. A delightful purple, delightful violet. It's hard, this one, as a rock. It's completely hard. I don't think I can use it. So I think I will open it and use it as a pan, re-wet it. It's too hard, I can't use it. Yes, maybe. With handmade watercolor, it can happen. I think that if I write to them, they will probably replace it. And, what a pity. So I think I will open it and do it, but later. Okay, too bad. So if I ever get a new one, more usable, I'll show you, but no Cobalt Violet. Then Lavande, PB29, so it's a blue ultramarine. Binder. So I had some binder issues with the lavender, PB29, so ultramarine blue is the pigment. But here we are. It's very liquid, but beautiful. Of course, it's a very bluish lavender. It looks an ultramarine to me. Let's see. It's a, how can I say, it's a very warm ultramarine, like a French ultramarine. Yeah, I think it has a strong red undertone, but it's not really a lavender, but it's very beautiful. I have blue hands maybe, because with the binders I had to work a little that tube. PB35 cerulean blue. Now, you know that there are two cerulean blues, PB35 and PB36. I like them both. I also like PB36 very much, but more as a blue. For sky, I would choose, all my life, I would choose PB35. It's usually, it has a very nice granulation usually, and it's a bit opaque, and such a lovely color. And this is very nice. I can tell you that apart from that tube of Cobalt Violet that was too hard to be used, they have a perfect consistency, but I will write to them. Manganese blue. Now, this is a unicorn because it's the genuine manganese. It says actually manganese blue genuine. It's a discontinued pigment, and apparently it's very beautiful. I love manganese, but I only have tried hues so far, and this is the authentic. So this is really exciting for me, and should be like a lot of cyan from what I know. For sky, it should be the top, most beautiful blue ever. And look at this. I think hues make a very nice job, but I can tell you that this is wonderful. And for a collector, having genuine PB33 is a corner of heaven. Look at this, incredibly pigmented, so rich. It's beautiful. I will add some water here just to see what happens with the granulation. Tilia turquoise, it's PB36, cerulean and cobalt violet. So I'm trying some cobalt violet at least here. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that this manganese blue is sourced in Stock-on-Trent in the 80s. So it's an originally It's an original historic pigment. You know that Stoke-on-Trent is very famous for potteries. They make wonderful teapots in Stoke-on-Trent. So that's why I know that place, because I'm so curious. I read a lot about topics that I like, and teapots, and tea is one of them. So this clear turquoise is beautiful. Never seen something like this. It has a very consistent texture. It's like a sort of cerulean when it is concentrated, and then it dilutes into a turquoise. It's incredible. I just love this color, Tilia turquoise. Remember this. One more turquoise, and this is the Arteza turquoise unique mineral pigment. Let's see. No, but this is wonderful. It's already drying, and oh, I'm in love with this. So happy about these colors. Wonderful. This is more like a green turquoise. I hope you can see this. It is obviously mineral because it's harder to disperse on paper, but still very agreeable. And a wonderful color, strong granulation. I'm really so happy that I have these colors. Wow. Then I have green gold, which I have already swatched, the only one, in a video about comparing different brands of green gold. And I remember this had a texture compared to others. PY129 is very consistent across brands. They very much look the same. But this one by Wallace Seymour had a texture compared to others. A texture that I don't really see now. It's very smooth today. Maybe I'm just using more water. And it has a subtle granulation maybe, but we need to wait until it dries. Look at this, one of my favorite colors. I use this also for skin tones. If you mix it with the red, it gives you a very warm, glowing skin tone. This is Green Earth Light PG23, which is the most common green earth. Not very used because it's very weak, so many brands offer hues, but this is the genuine, and it's a color that it's always present in my sets because I like it so much, and it is very weak. This is very yellowish. Some are cooler, some are warmer, and this is a very warm version, a bit like, you know, Winsor & Newton yellow earth green. Very beautiful, very earthy. And then, don't ask me why, I have bought another version of green earth, maybe because I like this color so much. No binder. And this looks a little like a grey, and it's sourced, you see, in North Yorkshire. Like, I think you all know the TV show Downton Abbey, one of my favorite TV shows, seen many times, and it's located in Yorkshire. This is so delicate, it's greyish. It reminds me a little of Davis grey, a greenish grey. Very lovely, very lovely, very delicate, weak, but I love weak pigments. And then we have one more grey, which is Lapis Ashes, genuine ultramarine ashes, PB29. So I think they burn PB29, and what is left I think so. I'm not sure. If you know more, please do comment. This is Lapis Ashes. This is cooler than this one, but also very delicate, smoky grey. Nice for atmospheric landscapes. Look at these winter landscapes. So I will use this when winter arrives. So we arrive at my favorite earth colors. Now, l'incontournable yellow ochre. I can't live without, obviously. I use it for mixing skin tones, for sky. I like to alternate it with raw sienna, but yellow ochre is also very, very nice to have on its own also. It's glowing, and this is wonderful. It's very yellow, very golden, glowing. It's not dull. Sometimes yellow ochre can be dull. This is not. Let's see how it compares to raw sienna. This is sourced in Bagnoli, Monte Amiata, just like it's in Tuscany, Monte Amiata. And it's the same source of the raw sienna by, you know, the Monte Amiata by Daniel Smith. I have high expectations. Bagnoli. Here. Look at this. It's very beautiful, and it's nice to compare it side by side with the yellow ochre, because this is more brownish, it's darker, it's more textured. And I want to see how it behaves if you wash it down. Yes, it becomes yellowish, but in mudstone it's definitely more brownish. Very interesting, very interesting. Beautiful. It's golden. Wow, these colors, I'm really impressed. Now, Oxford ochre. I forgot the pigment which I have, and it is PY42, just like yellow ochre. So I think I will skip this and I come back because the ink is fresh, and we go directly to Radstone Natural Iron Clay Ochre. Irresistible. Could I not buy a tube with this name? Absolutely not. It is with PR101, a pigment that is so versatile, a wonderful pigment. Can be transparent, cannot be opaque. I have the feeling this is opaque. Let's see. Yes, it's absolutely, I think, opaque. Too bad I didn't put a small star or sign below to test opacity. It's very thick. It's beautiful brick color. Wow. And this is wonderful. It's a brown ochre. It's wonderful. Then I have Rosso Ercolano PR102, which is the natural version of red iron oxide. Not wrong. Must be sourced in Ercolano, which is near Naples, near Pompeii, you know. You surely know the archaeological site Pompeii, and Ercolano is just very close. They're very similar, but this is more brownish and this is more red. Maybe I didn't need both, but this is more what in Italian called Rosso Pompeiano, Pompeii red. And it was used in ancient Rome for interiors, walls. Very beautiful. Luscious. One more PR101. And it is Indian red, which should be a cooler version of PR101. This is almost a caput mortuum, I would say. So this can be used for shadows in portraits. It's very thick, very opaque, much more than this natural iron clay. It's very opaque, very dark. It's really almost a caput mortuum. So now I go back to my Oxford Ochre PY42. So I have 3 times PY42, redundant probably, but I so love this pigment. This looks completely different, more greenish, but let's see what happens when I add water. It's cooler, it's very granulating, strong texture, which I like because it makes this cloudy clusters. I love this when it tends to pool in clusters. I really love this effect. We let this dry. And now a little demonstration sketch. Okay, now I will let this dry, and maybe as the last touch I will add some reflection with the white gel pen. But now I think that our swatches are dry, and I put this away and I'll come back to this. I hope that on screen you can see the amazing beauty of these colors. This quinacridone yellow is wonderful, glowing, and it has so much potential, this quinacridone yellow. I'm sorry that the sketch I made was really quick. You know what I think about advanced swatching. I just like to make a very quick sketch, not a sketch that I would do in real life, taking my time, not just to see how they behave on paper, and they behave incredibly well. These blues are wonderful. There is not one single color that I don't like. The earths are amazing. This Rutstone Iron Clay Natural PR101 is unbelievable. I love the way they pull, because they handmade, they're natural. They behave like handmade pigment, historic pigment. They have imperfections and they're wonderful. The manganese blue, if you can, buy it because it's irreplaceable, I think. The potash pink is wonderful. Pooling in, delightful granulation. My favorite maybe is this Tilia turquoise, cobalt violet, we don't know, but this is incredible because it separates so beautifully. The alizarin crimson, it dries with clumps because it's textured. And also this coral red, it's a warm, almost earthy vermilion, absolutely wonderful. This earth, great, the green gold is glowing and granulating. I really love this. I'm totally impressed. I was worth the money, and if I ever come back to England, I think I will buy more, because they have, I think, 130 colors, and it's wonderful colors. Let's go to the landscape. As I said, it's just very quick advanced swatching on cellulose, on my sketchbook. Nothing really, I think I can do better, believe me, but that's how I like to see how color behave, to become familiar with color. Just quick sketch so that I understand the potential, and it's incredible, the potential of these colors. I will add, you know what, I will add some reflections even there. I love to do that as the last touch. Patient. I love this. That's it. I don't know if you knew this brand before. Oh, I have paint all over, sorry. But I don't know if you knew this brand before, this Wallace Seymour handmade watercolors before. And if you have, please do let me know what colors you have, what colors you recommend to me to integrate, or to your fellow followers to integrate the collection as a nice addition. And what do you think? Did you like this paint? I hope that you appreciated on screen the beauty of these wonderful colors, and I am really impressed. Please do comment with your impressions and let me know if you have heard about it, if you knew this, and your general impressions. You know that I'm always happy to chat with my followers, and that's why I'm here, actually, to build a community. Ciao ciao, thanks for having watched this video with me, and I'll see you soon.